thing is, and it's fucking insane that he got away with this for so long, is that this guy would, even if the woman, in question would come in and give their husband's sample for him to help them, for the doctor to help him out, he would do whatever with the guy's sample and use his own without the women's consent, right?
Wow.
And so the documentary goes into how many times this guy did this to all of these families that had no idea. And so all of these, so many people are related because of this guy lying for so long, and they don't even know it, And some of it's some of them live in super close proximity to that doctor. So then you have to think about when the kids grow up and they start dating and shit. They could be dating somebody who is their half sister or half brother. It's just it's so insane, dude.
Imagine finding out. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh yeah, my wife is my sister.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Fuck.
So, yeah, I can't really say much more. I don't want to ruin, some of the big moments in it, but just check that shit out. So worth it. Super disturbing, and it's true. So, be careful out there, everyone. 23andMe, a whole new meaning to that.
Yeah. Wow. Yep.
Yeah, some dude, he opens it up and he's like, yeah, I was expecting to get 12 or 15 hits. 3,000 hits.
God damn.
Gee,
that guy was busy. Jeez.
Oh. How do you do something like that?
Yeah, and what's your your state of mind? To be oh, this is okay.
I don't know. Evil.
Yeah, no remorse for those people.
Yeah, and that's my one and only. It's hard to come back after that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
Alright, so this week, it was my pick. I chose Good Will Hunting. It's, although I think I fucked up a little bit because I didn't realize it was going to be Friday the 13th. So we could have had a great opportunity to do something spooky, but it's okay. I didn't realize. But anyway, Good Will Hunting. It's rated R. It's from 1997. Runs at 2 hours and 6 minutes. And it's got a well-deserved 98 on Rotten.
Oh, yeah.
Written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Directed by Gus Van Sant. Starring Robin Williams, Minnie Driver, Stellan Skarsgård, and of course, Matt Damon. The film follows Will Hunting, a young, misunderstood man from South Boston who is extremely smart but continuously in trouble with the law. After Will solves some extremely hard mathematical problems at the college he works at, a sought-after professor recruits Will to help him through his troubles. But the catch is, he must agree to one-on-one therapy sessions as well as regularly helping to solve complex problems. The film first started as a student project idea for Matt Damon while he was in college, which really had nothing in common with the eventual final product besides the love interest subplot. Soon after this, he teamed up with his close buddy in Ben Affleck to help co-write the script in '94. Their first script was hugely different, being more of a thriller centered around a young man from Southie who is too smart for his own good and finds himself involved with the government. Castle Rock Entertainment was the first studio to buy the script from the two, urging them to rework the script and make its story centered around the relationship of the main character and his therapist, which of course we all know happened. Although Damon and Affleck were keen on appearing in the film as the two lead roles, but the studio did not agree, leading Damon and Affleck to their close friend and fellow filmmaker Kevin Smith, aka Silent Bob, who showed the script to Miramax, who immediately loved it and agreed to pay off Castle Rock to acquire the rights, with Damon and Affleck attached to star. Affleck and Damon then moved forward to find its director, even offering up the project to Kevin Smith himself, although he declined because he didn't think he was qualified enough for the job. The pair decided on Gus Van Sant as they were fans of his work. And with a little pitching, Miramax agreed. The film was released December 5th, 1997, and was met with wide praise, pulling in $225 million against a small $10 million budget. It was also nominated for 9 Oscars at the 70th Academy Awards, 2 of which it won for. First up, Best Original Screenplay for Affleck and Damon, and Best Supporting Actor for Robin Williams, R.I.P. Good Will Hunting is a highly effective small-scale psychological drama that literally brought Matt Damon and Ben Affleck into the spotlight and molded them into the household names most see them as today. A heartbreaking look into how fear can hinder one's growth in a variety of ways, leaving even the most intelligent unable to evolve or progress through life. The somber and fitting score by Danny Elfman and Elliott Smith will definitely bring you into your feels upon each watch. As far as dialogue-driven pieces go, Good Will Hunting is laying out all its cards on the table, and this time around, the team has the winning hand. 5 out of 5 apples. Watch it now on HBO Max. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, man. Now that I've said my little spiel, what did you have a chance to watch this again? If so, what did you think, and what does this movie mean to you personally?
Yeah, I actually love this movie. I actually got to watch it a couple of days ago just to rewatch and refresh my memory. I've seen this movie if I was to count, I don't know, I couldn't even tell you, but I've seen those so many times. It just really stuck with me. I think just the struggle that Will goes through, and kind of accepting the fact that he is, he is kind of like that outlier that, Skarsgård, I think it's Professor Lambeau.
Yeah, Lambeau.
He kind of says, there's a couple of people in the world who can do these things, the things that he does, and he's one of those people who's like, you always hear about it, like, oh man, this kid has so much potential, but he is, he's throwing his life away. And you hear that all the time, but he really is one of those people who can kind of change the world if he really put his mind to it and do something great. Because I think you said it pretty well, basically the fear kind of handicapping him, not really wanting to put his self out there to be exposed, kind of that fear of the unknown, kind of paralyzing you to kind of stay in a place where you're more comfortable, rather than going out there and kind of figuring out if something else is better that's out there. And I think a lot of us, I think the reason this movie is so relatable is we're not all geniuses, but I think we can all relate to that fear of change. And I think that's something that he struggled with a lot as well, because he was so comfortable with his friends. And you see later on down the movie where he's talking with Chucky or Ben Affleck about growing old, working construction for the next 20 years and having our kids play on the same T-ball league or whatever. And I know I'm jumping ahead a lot, but that was one. I think that was probably one of the best scenes. That one, and then another interaction with Robin Williams towards the end. But I really liked there's not too many times where you come in life where you get a friend that says, like, what Ben Affleck's character says, like, if you're still here in 20 years, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, you're wasting your life here with me. He's like, I'm a loser. I'm going to be doing this. I've accepted that I'm going to be doing this. I don't have anything to offer the world, basically, except, do, a 9 to 5 and live a normal life. He's like, you can go anywhere. And he hopes that one day he'll go to pick him up like he does every morning, and he won't be there. And I thought that was something, very, you don't have too many friends in life that will, spit facts at you like that, basically. And I think that's part of there's a lot of things in this movie that are very relatable to everyday life and everyday people. Not necessarily, you don't have to be a genius or a savant the way Will is in this film. But I love this movie. I think it's great. I think this is probably one of the best things that Robin Williams has ever done. Even Matt Damon, I think he shines in this. And this, like you said, this was the movie that kind of catapulted them into Hollywood. And I kind of love the story that, they kind of struggled to get this movie made. Yeah.
It seems like they really did, and of course they were around and working with Kevin on, was it Chasing Amy and Mallrats and stuff, but nothing like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they became kind of like a household name after this, I believe.
Yeah, where they were like taken seriously, and their careers both took off. I think Matt Damon fared a little better with like the, starting the Bourne Identity and stuff like that. But then Ben Affleck, he was a big star, but got shit on for a long time in the beginning of his career, until he stepped into directing and he did Gone Baby Gone and The Town and I felt like he won a lot of respect back once he started doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a lot of his films, he shines the best, I'd say, in the films that he directs, because he knows how to shoot himself.
Yeah, as weird as that is to say, but
yeah. Like he knows his vision, so it's easier for him to just act out he doesn't have to kind of second guess a director.
Yeah, which is amazing. I feel like that would be harder, but somehow he does it. Yeah.
What about you? What's I know you've seen this movie multiple times, like I have, but what made you want to pick this one in particular for this week?
I feel like it's so ingrained in pop culture, and after doing the episode with Laura where we talked about Instant Family, I was like thinking about like what film could encapsulate how I felt about not feeling like I was actually a part of my family, or bouncing around, foster homes and having just a rough childhood in general, or rough early life, and then Good Will Hunting pops into my head, and that was last month, I think. So I watched that and I was like, wow, there's so many things in this that really, that I can identify with, even and it's not trying to be like, oh, woe is me or anything like that, but it's just the truth, you know what I mean? And obviously not trying to say that I'm a genius or anything like that. That's ridiculous, but
we all know you are, Wes. God damn.
What else? Yeah. I just thought it was interesting, and I wanted to just talk about it because even though it's well received, I feel like I haven't seen anything about it for a few years, and as far as smaller, how do you say, more minimalist films where it's very dialogue driven, character driven, and and hinges off the nuances of these characters rather than, there's no action or anything going on.
Yeah.
No big like set pieces or anything. It's just really intimate. So I wanted to just kind of shake up things